my only YouTube account. Okay, my only YouTube account. I may be featured in other videos, but this is my personal YouTube account. And I just thought it very fitting and very appropriate to make my first video about frequently asked questions about my ears, just so I can clear up any confusion that people may have. Without further ado, here is the top 10, count them, 10 questions that I get asked about my ears. Number one that I get asked a lot: how big are your ears? Currently, my ears are 1 inch. Okay, that means they're 1 inch in diameter. Number two question that I get asked a lot: did it hurt? Well, that's kind of a trick question. The most appropriate way for me to answer this question is both yes and no. Because does it sometimes hurt, and have I personally experienced pain while stretching my ear? The answer is yes. But that was because I was either stretching with the wrong materials, or I was stretching too fast and caused damage to my ear. The actual process of stretching your ears is not incredibly painful, or nearly as painful as people seem to believe it is. Your skin is actually very elastic, and given the proper care and the proper amount of time to heal, it's not a painful process. Many people experience a feeling of warmness, some redness of the ears. They're going to be tender for a few days, but if you're experiencing any extreme pain, swelling, bleeding of any kind, it usually means you're doing something wrong. Third most common question I get: oh my god, are those real? Yes, they're real. I know there is, you can buy them at Hot Topic, I don't know where else, but there's small size tapers with an earring stud in the middle that make it look like your ears are stretched when they're actually not. I don't know how you would fake a 1 inch stretching, but just to clear things up. Okay, this is the jewelry I had in today. These are my 1 inch plugs. And there's actually 1 inch holes in my ears. I know they look smaller with the jewelry out, but you know, I can stick things through them. They're real. The number 4 most popular question that I get asked about my ears is why? Why, Christina? Why did you put huge holes in your ears? Well, now, the list really goes on, but personally, I think they look fabulous. I like the way they look. I like being able to play with my ears. I like being able to put things in them. I absolutely adore waking up in the morning and having huge gaping holes in my ears, and I enjoy it every day. It wasn't like I woke up one morning and was like, I'm gonna put big holes in my ears. It was a process. It was well thought out, and it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter to you at all. Not your ears, not your problem. I'm sure you have better things to worry about. But if you really need to know why, it was just because I could. The number 5 most asked question I get: oh, when did you get that done? I didn't just get it done. It was a process. It took me about 3 years to get to the size that I am at now. So it takes some dedication to the process. It can be a pain in the butt at times, but I didn't just go get it done. Question number 6. Will they ever go back to normal or return to normal size? The answer is no, I don't think they will. I don't expect them to. Right now, my only option really for getting them fully back to normal would be to undergo a surgical procedure where they kind of snipped my ears and sewed them back together. I knew that when I was stretching, and I passed what most people call the point of no return a long time ago. For most people, that's normally around a 0 or a 00 gauge. It really depends on how well you take care of your ears, how elastic your ears are, what size you're at, but it's different for everyone. But no, mine will probably never go back to normal without surgery. And I'm sorry, everyone, I realize the lighting's really weird and there's like this bright thing for my light. That's because I'm losing daylight and I'm still like experimenting with lighting and everything, so sorry if that makes it like hard to see or anything. But anyways, question number 7. How on earth do you get your ears that big? How do you do it? Well, if you're really interested in the whole step-by-step process, leave me a comment or a message or a video request, and I can go more into detail about everything I used and how I did it. But when I first started off stretching, and the most common way to stretch your ears is using tapers. This is I want to say a 0-gauge taper. You put it through your ear at this small point down here. That's why they're called tapers, because they're tapered off at the ends. And this is the actual size up here, and you put it through your ear. You would not start off with a taper this big. This is just an example. And they're held on by these little stretchy things called O-rings. I've also used electrical tape, which is not really recommended by anyone, but I have had it work for me, but it's a huge pain in the... Or you can use bondage tape, which is kind of a better for your ears alternative to electrical tape because it's non-porous. It doesn't have any sticky residue. It only sticks to itself. And a whole roll of this is about $8 at Spencer's. And silicone. There's a lot of people that say they don't like stretching with silicone. Don't stretch with silicone. It'll ruin your ears. It'll thin your ears. Personally, I didn't have a problem stretching with these plugs. I just kind of bent them in like that and let them expand in my ear. I have had problems with some silicone plugs, but not these ones in particular, so sometimes it does work, sometimes it doesn't. It's all about finding the method of stretching that really works for you. Everyone's ears are different, and as long as you're paying attention to, the health of your ears and making sure they're not getting infected or swollen or stretching them too fast, then you should be fine. Question number 8. How do my parents feel about my stretched ears? Well, they're not a huge fan, to be completely honest, but they didn't know what I was doing until I was about at a 2-gauge, and because I could buy them myself, I didn't have to have parent permission or be 18 or anything, I just kind of kept stretching them, and because they don't let me get any piercings, they said, that's my thing. They're not really too bothered by it, but they're definitely not fans. My number 9 most frequently asked question is, where do I get all my plugs and all my ear jewelry from? I've tried buying it in stores. I've gotten some from Hot Topic and some from Spencer's, but they don't have a very good selection, and I think they're really overpriced, and especially they don't carry a lot of the larger sizes. So a while ago I started buying them online. My absolutely favorite site is bodyartforms.com. I think they have a really huge selection of steel and silicone, acrylic, wooden, stone jewelry, everything you could think of, not to mention stuff for piercings and tattoos as well. You get a free order of O-rings with every order, whatever size you tell them you want, which is great because I'm constantly losing O-rings. That's also where I buy my holy butter from, which I don't think I mentioned it, but this is what I use to keep my ears in good condition. It's amazing. It's just a solid blend of oils, and it's vegan friendly, but it's great for my ears. It's really convenient to carry around. It's better than anything else I've used, and I also get it from bodyartforms.com. Minimum shipping I think is $2 or $3, and it says it's going to take 2 to 3 weeks, but I usually get it in 3 to 4 business days, which is awesome. And every order also comes with a free sticker, I believe. So you should definitely check them out if you have any type of stretchings or piercings, because they are my favorite website ever. And finally, question number 10. Do your ears smell? You can't really notice from a distance. It's not like you can smell it from 5 feet away, but if you don't wash them regularly, at least once a day, they do start to smell because dirt and sweat and dead skin and everything can get trapped in there, so it's really important to wash them at least once a day. What I do usually is when I'm washing my face or when I'm taking a shower is just take my plugs out, wash my plugs, and wash your ears, and that should take care of your ear funk. And I hope that answered some of the questions you might have. If you want me to elaborate on anything or you don't fully understand anything in this video, make sure to let me know, get a hold of me, and I'll make a video response to your questions. Thanks for watching.